Hey Salam, I hope you guys doing well. Halal Chef is back for another video, and this time I'm making mouth-watering barbecue ribs. I'm gonna serve it with mac and cheese. The ribs are gonna fall off the bone. You're really gonna enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get started. Halal Chef presents. Alright, first of all we're gonna start with our dry rub. With the paprika powder, black pepper, garlic granules, cayenne pepper, a slight touch of cumin, brown sugar, parsley and oregano, and a good touch of salt. A really good mix to this. Smells wonderful. Now this will be enough for 2 racks of ribs. If you want, you can double the ingredients and use it for at least 4 racks. Alright, so that looks great. Set that to a side. I'm just gonna have a little taste. Now here I've got a full rack of lamb ribs. You can use 2 to 3 racks, it's up to you. Now if you notice, I've removed the silver skin and cleaned off the excess fat. Alright, bismillah, we're gonna start applying our rub on both sides. If you notice, I'm gonna put my hand here and just make sure you go over the edges as well. So now just turn this over slowly and apply on this side as well. Alright, now that looks really good. Alright, now you want to grab your baking tray, align it with the foil paper, place the ribs on the top. I've placed the bone side down. Alright, now this goes into a preheated oven at 180 Celsius for an hour 15 minutes. You want to bring the internal temperature of ribs to around 90 Celsius, which is around 195 Fahrenheit. Now for our sweet and spicy glaze for the ribs. In with the vinegar, soy sauce, worcester sauce. It has that tamarind concentrate that will add a great flavor. And with the hot pepper sauce, so a good touch of that. And with the ketchup, good touch of mustard, pure peach nectar for depth of flavor, dark brown sugar to balance out the flavors, cinnamon, black pepper. Finish this off with salt. Give this a really good mix. Now let's simmer this on the heat. Alright, so add in your glaze into this small pan. I'm gonna let this come to a boil and let it simmer for around a few minutes. Alright, so our glaze have been simmering for a few minutes. This is the consistency that you're looking for. You don't want it too thick, just a bit runny. Alright, let's check the ribs. Alright, now we got the right internal temperature. We're gonna take this out. Now if you look closely, you can start to see the bones have started to come out. That's exactly what we're looking for here. We're just gonna wrap up the ribs and put it back in the oven for around an hour. Now this goes back in the oven.
2,000 years later.
Or it's been an hour. Let's check out the ribs. Let's remove this foil paper. Bismillah. Oh, just look at that beauty. They look amazing. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna slice them off and then add our glaze and back in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, let's slice off these ribs just where you find the bone, just in the middle. Look at this beautiful juicy meat. Alright, so I moved the ribs into another baking tray. Add a good touch of our glaze on the top. Once you've added your glaze, these goes back in the oven for around 10 to 15 minutes. Now for the mac and cheese, in boiling water, add a good touch of salt and your macaroni pasta. Give that a really good mix. You want to let this cook until they get nice and soft. Alright, now to make our mac and cheese, throw in knobs of butter. Let that butter melt. Touch of oil to ensure our butter won't burn. Alright, now in with roughly chopped garlic. Now let this cook until the garlic is golden brown. Alright, so the garlic is nice and brown. Now you want to throw in the milk and bring this to simmer. Now when it starts to simmer, throw in your cheese. Here I'm using American cheese. If you want, you could also use cheddar. Give that a mix and let the cheese melt in there. You want to thicken up that sauce. Season with a good touch of black pepper and a good touch of salt. Give that a mix. Got those beautiful garlic, black pepper, salt, A simple mac and cheese, but very delicious. Alright, now add in your macaroni. This is how soft it needs to be. Give this a really good mix. Just give it another 2 to 3 minutes and then we're gonna turn off the heat. Alright, so the ribs are done. Let them rest for a few minutes. Alright, let's plate up our ribs. Don't forget the mac and cheese. Alright guys, I'm gonna try this. Bismillah. Wow. It's a bit creamy, a bit cheesy, so good. And the sauce that is coming from those ribs really go well together with this. Alright, now it's time to get dirty, but in a good way. Just have a look at that. It's about to fall off the bone. I'm just gonna move it. So delicious. That was amazing. You really need to try those ribs. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. Inshallah, I'll see you next time. Until then, salam. Make for your mom, make for your dad, make for your family. Enjoy.